Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Today I will make video about storytelling, fracture story, and my title is "It's Not Hansel and Gretel." So yeah, let's continue to the video. Once upon a time, Hansel and Gretel lived with their parents in the outskirts of the wood. It was supposed to be a normal story. But right from the start, the children refused to cooperate, while the storyteller looking for them, the child was actually hiding. Gretel said, "Shh, we are playing hide and seek with Uncle Jack." Hansel said, "Uncle Jack? From Jack and the Goggles? Get out of here, this is not your story." So, after they kicking out the Uncle Jack from the story continues. So, the storyteller tell us that there was a famine. Yeah, and Hansel and Gretel parents had an evil plan to get rid of the child. That afternoon, Papa took them deep into the dark forest, and Hansel started to worry, but Gretel was actually still completely relaxed and said to Hansel, "Relax, Hansel. We are just doing our routine afternoon walk. Our parents love us." Gretel just would not listen. As the day grew dark, Papa left them with cold and hungry. The storyteller tried to help them by mentioning that Hansel left a trail of breadcrumbs to find the way to home. But Hansel immediately interrupted and said, "Breadcrumb? If there was a breadcrumb, we're supposed to eat them. Why you have to bring the breadcrumb? Now I'm very hungry." Since there was no breadcrumb, the story continues. The storyteller expected them to have been completely lost in the dark forest, but they were actually find a way to their home, and that makes the storyteller mad. Said, "No, you can find your home. This is not the story." But Gretel said, "Excuse me, we live here in our whole life. We know our way around." And said, "Mama, Papa, we are here." But Mama, Papa were not at home. So the storyteller tried to explain to Hansel and Gretel that their parents had an active plan to abandon him. That makes Hansel crying. So, and Gretel was actually mad at the storyteller for making her brother crying. She decided to leave the entire story and just to find their parents themselves. Desperate to continue the story, the storyteller begged Gretel to stay and even change or rhythm the story from Hansel and Gretel to Gretel and Hansel just to make her happy. And yeah, the story continued. They continue walk into the dark forest until they found cookie house. And outside that cookie house, there was an old lady. That old lady asked them to come in on her oven to make their body warm. The storyteller ran Gretel and Hansel, that lady is an actually witch. But the old lady said, I don't have any magical power, so I'm not really an witch. The storyteller just wasn't wrong, and Gretel and Hansel go inside to that old lady house. So the story tells us that an old lady put Hansel inside a cage while Gretel took showers, and then that's make Gretel mad and mention about gender inequality. So the storyteller put Gretel and Hansel in the same cage, just to stop the argument. So eventually, Hansel found a book that the title is 50 Receipts to cooking, 50 Receipts for Cooking Children. So yeah, the two was actually found that an old lady was actually witch. So Gretel trickley pushed the old lady to the oven, and yeah, they were successfully defeat the witch. So after they defeat the witch, they take the book eventually and gave themselves loose arms, and they introduced unicorn to the button, and suddenly their parents appeared with a flying with flying absorption. Yeah. And after that they decide that it turns out that their parents never had a plan to abandon him. But when in the night when Papa left him in the dark forest, he was actually get lost from looking blankets for him. So yeah, the parents never had a plan to abandon him. And after that, they decide to remove children received from a witch book, and they decide to open a bakery together. And after that, they live happily ever after. And the end. And yeah, that is my factor storytelling video. So the original story from is not Hansel and Gretel. The title is Hansel and Gretel. The author is Brothers Grimm. So in the original version of this version from the start factor story, the original story was a fairy tale that contains cannibalism, a dark story of child. So, while in the factor story, they explain about how funny are Gretel and Hansel. So yeah, that's what all from me. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.